Hello and welcome to this FinTech Futures video interview. My name is Paul Hindle, editor at FinTech Futures, and today I'm joined by Vahe Andonians, Chief Technology Officer, Chief Products Officer, and founder of intelligent document processing company Cognaize. Vahe, thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with me. And to get started, would you like to quickly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the company?
Sure. Yeah, I think you said all the important points. I'm a technologist at heart, and I founded Cognaize a couple of years ago. The company is extracting actionable intelligence from unstructured documents. Unstructured documents, any kind of document that computers struggle to process automatically. It could be PDF documents, Word documents, even Excel documents, or websites, chat protocols, emails, anything that is written, basically.
Sounds good. And I guess to start with then, what challenges do financial services organizations in particular face in dealing with the deluge of documents and information that they receive on a daily basis?
Yeah, so I think that these challenges are actually very classical challenges. They're not very new, although they get more complex. So the first one, I think, is the regulatory compliance, right? So that the regulatory framework changes a lot. KYC AML definitely changed over the last year due to the political situation that we have right now. And then plus, GDPR is added as a complication, and then ESG is added as a complication, and so on. So I think the framework is changing, and it is hard to keep up with those changes. And then the financial industry, of course, is in a dire need of speed of processing information and a very high accuracy. Right? There are industries that don't need that high of an accuracy, but the financial industry does, because a small mistake can be very, very huge, right, for the company. And of course, the financial industry has specific data security needs, because they're dealing, very important, but also usually not publicly available information, right? And then lastly, of course, this is a worldwide phenomenon. We are producing so much more unstructured information, and they're struggling with an overload, getting so much information to be processed manually, and need solutions to process as much as possible automatically.
And so what then is Cognaize doing that's different to other players in the space, then, in terms of helping these financial services firms better manage their documents and drive better analysis and decision making?
What really differentiates us is that we are using deep learning, and only deep learning. If you think about it, when we talk about unstructured documents, there's actually no such thing as an unstructured document. They're very structured. They're just structured for humans and not for computers, right? And with deep learning, we can address this. Why? Because deep learning is, in a very rudimentary way, mimicking how our brain works. Right? So the assumption is, because we can read it, deep learning can learn it. Of course, deep learning learns at a much slower rate than humans learn, because evolutionary, we have been built to be learning machines. Let's take a very simple example. Right? If you are 10,000 years before now wandering in a jungle with a person, and you identify a pair of yellow eyes earlier than the person next to you, the person next to you is going to be the dinner for a tiger, where you will survive, right? So evolutionary, you have been built to identify objects much faster, right? So and that advantage that we have to learn much faster, right? Computers don't have that. So they need a humongous amount of training data, which is not usually available in the industry. But through our innovations that we have done, a series of innovations in process and in models and other things, we address this problem adequately and make it possible for companies to actually use deep learning to extract information out of documents.
You use the term hybrid intelligence then as well when describing the approach to AI. Can you tell us a bit more about what you mean by that?
Sure. So it's actually very interesting, because we strongly believe in this. So what we mean in hybrid intelligence is that we shouldn't look at AI as a competitor to humans. I understand it will change our society, and I understand it will change a lot, how we deal with things. And I'm sure there will be many, many jobs that are rendered unnecessary with AI, but we'll also create actually jobs. And I always thought, and I still think, that we'll create more than we destroy. But that's not the important part. The important part is, together with AI and humans, we can achieve a better decision point, because humans also have flaws. Right? We have over 20, well-documented cognitive biases. Daniel Kahneman has made a huge career out of this, writing about, bias, noise, and so on and so on. And there are so many books, it's framing and other experiments that he has done, where you can clearly show that humans also have biases, right? And then humans get tired, and then we have a noise, right? His latest book about noise is actually very interesting. Right? But then we have also huge advantages, right? We can differentiate between, causation and correlation. We have a model of the world. We can predict much better. We can, and so on. Right? So machines are a little bit different. They don't have a noise. They always very often come up with the same decision, or better controllable same decision. They don't get tired. You can do it all the time, and they bring the cost of prediction significantly down. They are, if you build it that way, much faster than a human is, right? So both of them have distinct advantages. Now, if we combine those meaningfully, we can get to a better decision point, right? And that's not only important for medicine, for example, where the combination between human and AI makes a better prediction of pneumonia than any human could do, right? So you're actually really saving a life there. But it is also very, very important for the financial industry, because the financial industry is spearheading change in the society. Right? So it's a very important industry. Without the financial industry, we cannot transform our energy creation from coal and gas to renewable energy. Needs to be financed, and we need AI to help to make better decisions in these things. So I think the way we see it is, we should not look at it as a AI replacing a human, but together coming to better decisions. And with hybrid intelligence, we mean exactly that.
Excellent. So I guess, how do your customers then measure the value or return of investment they're getting with the products that you're providing them?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is rather easy, because we look at it end to end. So we look at it end to end by saying, look, you're processing this kind of document, and it takes you that much time or that much cost to do it, and it's end to end. Now you still need humans, because it's going to be a hybrid intelligence approach, but you also have lots of automation added to it. So these humans will not only come with a better decision points, more consistent, which you can measure obviously, but also it will be cheaper in the production at the end of the day, right? And both of those you can measure. Either you measure it in time, or you measure it in time converted to currency that you are paying those people. But at some point, it will be more consistent, higher quality data. Both of that is measurable. Plus, it will be cheaper in the production. That is also measurable. So you have 3 KPIs that are easy to measure, and we urge everybody to do that. We automatically track this information, but we also urge our clients to track them themselves, obviously, because should not be the person who does it and also measure it yourself. So somebody else should check you. So we urge our clients to do that.